p.m. London. Today is Sunday. Usually on Sundays we have less people because it's a weekend, and everybody is spending time with their families and friends. So today's live, as I promised last time, we're going to answer some questions that we were not able to answer on the last live because we had to cancel it due to technical issues. That's one thing. Another thing I wanted to say that today is going to be a very, very long day for us because we are flying to Miami at night. So we're going to spend the whole day today working. And then we will be flying to Miami at around 11 p.m. And because of the time difference between two states, we're going to arrive there in the morning. So basically, we're skipping night, and Russian speaking live stream is not going to take place on Monday because of that, because we're going to be on a plane. And the whole next week, we're going to have live streams from there. So that's a cool thing. New places, hopefully new people. We might meet our Anna in Miami as well because she lives there. So if we will, then maybe we're gonna do a live stream together with her, sitting at the table, and I think that will be very cool. Uh, and this is basically a plan for the day and for the next week. We also have a very interesting guest next Wednesday that is going to be on our live stream representing another project of his own. And we're going to talk about different interesting topics. And I hope that our community will like that and will take something useful out of it. And obviously ask as many questions as possible. Also, if you guys remember, I told you about the company and owners of the company that we have met on one of the events that are creating cartoons, crypto cartoons, and they are the kind of cartoons where they don't have words, so characters don't speak. They constantly move, do something, and it's very, very easy to understand what the cartoon is about, what they mean by certain things during the movie. It's very short. They have, I think, they already have 2 or 3 episodes, and they each of them are minutes, something like that, and one of their videos has already reached about 10,000 views, which is not bad for the beginning, and people like that. And we are going to do a special task that they requested us to do. So congratulations on that. People are already and projects are already requesting tasks to be done by Grand Time community, and get feedback on their product from us. I think this is very cool, and this is just another step, our little step to the big goals. And the task for the cartoon will be to watch the cartoon and to answer 2 or 3 questions about yourself and about whether you understand what's going on in the cartoon or not. So this task will be posted in our chat bot, not chat bot, but in our bot for tasks next week. And I hope that many people will do it, because one thing is that we're going to be giving out more grants that we usually do for regular tasks that we have on platform, or the social mining tasks. So we're going to pay a lot more. And second thing, that this is a very important task to do for our portfolio, because all of the tests that we are going to be doing for other projects, for other users, and influencers or bloggers or startups or already developed businesses, everyone that orders tasks from Grand Time to get some kind of useful usage and feedback for their project is extremely important for Grand Time, because this is the portfolio that we're building, and we're going to be showing to our investors. And also, these are the kind of tasks that people are purchasing. So they are purchasing grants in order for our users to answer those questions, and those grants are obviously are given to all the people that are performing. So the more we do, the better it is for the project, for us, and also a very, very cool thing is that if we do a good job and we actually show the value of the feedback of Grand Time, we are going to have our own character in their cartoon, and I'm very, very sure that their cartoons are going to be pretty popular because I personally watched it. Personally watched first two episodes, and I really like them. I think they're funny and at the same time very meaningful. So there is a lot of like funny things in the cartoon, but if you think about it, there is a very, very deep meaning in each episode of the Salsa Valley Group. So this is the name of the project. So we will post it, and I will announce to everybody on one of the live streams that the tasks are already posted, and I'm asking, and I hope that the community will really focus on that and really go through the questions and answer them, and we're going to give a very good value to this startup because I think they've got a great future. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Also, we do not have Olga here with us today, and I have questions that were asked on the live stream on Friday when we did not have the live, but still people wrote questions. So I will answer 2 or 3 questions that we had, and for all the ones that I will not answer or read, they will still receive grant tokens for asking them. And the reason why I do that is because it was my fault that the live stream did not happen on Friday. So the first question that we see, let's see, from the previous live. Okay, Raphael, in Grand Time app, will it be able to schedule meetings for people to meet around the world with possible notifications or alarms and reminders? Do you think people in logistics and travels will love it? Well, first of all, yes, we are planning to have multiple things on in our app for meetings. The main reason is to schedule meetings, one-on-one or group meetings, or whether you're meeting your friends somewhere at a coffee shop and you guys just decide to use Grand Time app in order to meet as you were supposed to and also receive tokens for doing that. So this is the first thing that we are going to be doing, and how people will be using the app, which will bring more users, and people will be able to earn more grants by simply using the app without doing anything. Um, any more things like now, where you have to send pictures in the chat and this and that, and there it's going to be very simple and easy to use for everybody, whether you already know what Grand Time is and how to earn those tokens for offline meetings and stuff. This will be easy for anybody, for all the new people that are in the project as well, or just know only about the app. So I think this will bring more and more people because it's going to be a very user friendly application. Also, whether logistics and travel will love it, I think. Yes, I don't see any reason why they will not, because again, this is a very easy way to earn token by simply doing what you're already doing. So if you're meeting someone, you just have to prove it in the app. Mark your location or get a code or whatever, and prove to the app that you have met. Also, the next step, the big goal, I would say, would be when big companies like Uber, let's say logistic companies like Uber will start using Grant app as well. So once the coin starts to become more famous and have more value, then other companies and other people will see it. And let's say if you call a taxi cab and your taxi driver sends you the code for Grand Time, to accept in Grand Time app that you guys are meeting because you're actually meeting. You're sitting in the taxi cab and you're driving somewhere together. So I think that this will be a next big step where uh, you know big amounts of people will start using Grand Time app. Once that starts happening, the same thing as in in our social mining tests and stuff, the prices will be going down as well. So again, in the beginning, always it's always easier to earn than in future when the community grows and the amounts of those meetings are growing as well. So that is one. Hopefully, I did answer this question. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Uh, Hi, Raphael. How's your evening going? I hope every time it gets better and better. What do you think can attract investors faster, meetings or correspondence and social networks? Well, that's a very interesting question. First of all, I think that investors first of all, there are two types of investors: the traders, crypto investors that are purchasing with crypto, just like they were purchasing on our pre-sale, and also investors, venture capital investors. So those two types of investors look at different things. I would say crypto investors more look at popularity of your token and how many users use it and how popular the token itself is. If many people talk about it around the world or internet, and people tell the people this is where crypto investors are coming in. When we talk about venture capitals, they focus on actual classic business model. So they look at your project as a business. And for the venture capitals, we have started doing our crowdsourcing, uh, uh, crowdsourcing, I would say, uh, mm, project inside of the of Grand Time, where we are doing special tasks for different businesses that are purchasing tokens in order for those tasks to be done. So, and they want to see the actual business model where they buy certain amount of coins, tokens. Those tokens are getting distributed to all the users that are performing tasks, and platform get certain percent for that they take from the client, from the business, and this is what they earn. This is what ventures are looking at. So I think by saying that, I want to say that answering this questions, it's kind of equal whether whether investors are going to be looking at tasks or meetings, because for one side it's more important to see the tasks and the amount of clients growing and the average checks growing, and for others it's more important to see how many users are using the token and how useful it is and how it's growing. So both are very, very important, and it's a great thing that we are actually not just focusing on one, and are doing two of those beginnings at the same time. We're doing our meetings and doing our different social mining tasks, and getting and Grant becomes more popular among people, and people share to each other about the token. And at the same time, we're starting to do our first crowdsourcing tasks. And like I said, in the beginning of this live stream, our next one is going to be next week, or actually the first real one that we are doing for the business, not for the person, not for the blogger, but for the business, is going to be next week. So the more we do, the more tests that we do, the better we answer the questions, the better it is for absolutely everybody, for all the users, for the project, and for the people that are ordering tests. So we're doing a very good thing, and the this is the power of our community. Because it's many of us, because we are doing little things like those tests on our platform in order to earn tokens. We earn tokens, we do better for ourselves, and we also improve other businesses because they read for the Fed feedback and they make certain adjustments to what they're doing to improve their product. So that's that. And let's maybe answer one more question, and then we will be wrapping up our life for today. Raphael, hello. So how, basically the question is how the bloggers help us in the project. The help of the bloggers in the project is, I think it's pretty obvious. They talk about grant, and especially if the bloggers is already popular and have has certain amount of subscribers and people are watching him or her and trust them. This is how this is exactly how they help Brand Time. So they talk about the project. They tell it to masses, and people are buying because they trust the blogger, and the blogger introduces them to the project, and they start reading about us, and then if they like what they see on the internet, if they when they join the project, if they like what they see inside in our chats and stuff, they believe that Grand Time has a very big future and place to be in a Web3 world, and they purchase our token or start using it. So this is the help of the bloggers, and this is why we are, we were working a lot with them, and also the same thing with our PR. So the same thing about all the newspapers and blogs where we were published. Same thing, people read and learn, and with bloggers, people watch and learn. So same thing. Hopefully answered this question as well. So guys, I will not be answering all the rest of them today, but like I said in the live, we have one, two, three, four, five questions. All of those five questions are getting grants for writing them because the previous live stream did not take place, unfortunately. And for today, let's see if we have maybe one more. If we did write something today, let's see if we have one, and I will read this one of today's as well. Okay, let's read this question. Raphael from Xana. Raphael, hi. Do we have any plans to attract large institutional investors funds to the Launchpad? Uh, the This would be more of a question about whether venture capitals do want to do want to become investors in token but not equity. So the answer to this question is it depends on what kind of venture capital you work with. So there are certain funds that only invest in equity, and it means the percentage of the company, and this is how they invest their money. Doesn't matter how big the check is, whether they're investing 100,000 or $2 million. They only invest in equity, which is the percentage of the company, and that's what varies, depending on how we agree. And some venture capitals, they invest in tokens and equity. There's very small amounts of venture capitals that only invest in token. They usually invest in equity or token with equity together. And obviously, if they do invest in token, there is a vesting that will be controlling the amounts of tokens they are allowed to sell and when they're allowed to sell them as well. The And like I said, this is what this is how we start talking to them at every interview or every pitch that we do, we always ask investors, what is the average check that their fund is used to writing to, once they're ready to invest. What is the type of investment that they're doing, whether they're investing in token or equity or something else, and what is the average time frame for writing the check and investing in the company, and many questions to that, because not only that they are listening to our pitch and deciding whether they want to join now or later after another investor, or at the same time, we are asking them a lot of questions because we need to understand whether we are going to want to work with the investor or not. Because if they want to invest big amount of money in token and they want to exit in half a year, this is not the type of money we're looking for, and this is not the kind of money we are going to accept. Okay. So this is, I just decided to read one question from our chat today as well, and we will be wrapping up our live at this point, guys. I want to thank everybody for joining in, for coming into the live stream today and asking questions. And I will be, like I said, I'm going to have a very long day and night today, and but we'll still have our obviously our live stream on Wednesday on a new location in Miami, and we're going to answer some more interesting questions and cover some more topics. And we also have our guest on Wednesday, so please don't forget to join in and ask interesting questions that the person that will be on the live stream will be answering for us with pleasure. So that would be David this Wednesday. So thank you all, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great holidays. Bye bye.